Is election denialism not trusting the results of the election or saying that the election was, in fact, stolen, the 2020 election, when it wasn't? Is that hurting American democracy? As the intro showed, people have lost faith in the government, faith and trust in American institutions is at an all-time low. Trust in American media is at an all-time low. So does election denialism play into that and make it more difficult to defend and to ensure a strong democracy?
Of course, election denialism further erodes trust people have in their office, right? Things like criticizing, every elected official and referring to things, as the swamp and all of this, it continues to erode that trust, and it's being eroded by people that are actually in office. And guess what? If it's so bad, why don't you do something about it, right? And so look, I've been clear that the 2020 election was one of the freest and safest elections in our history. And when you have elected officials that are in office that continue to question that, they're contributing to this environment, this toxic environment that has led to so many groups, different, political beliefs, believing that democracy may not exist, and also thinking the country is ultimately on the wrong track. But there's other, this erosion of trust in our government is something that happens on many different levels. And as someone who spent 22 years connected to the national security community, this is something that our adversaries are trying to do. We can go all the way back to 2016. There was erosion in trust in the 2016 election, and the inference that the Russians were involved, and what they were trying to do was erode trust in our institutions, make us question each other, make us question our forms of government, make us question the validity of our systems that we've had in place for almost 250 years. And so when we contribute to this erosion, that it benefits our adversaries. And let me be clear, look, we have problems, right? We have problems in our country that need to be addressed. We have elected officials that aren't doing their jobs. We have inefficiency within, our federal government. All those things are true, but we should be focusing on solving the problem, because why does all this matter? If we want to keep this experiment going, we have to get a few things right. And this is no longer about just us achieving our best selves. We're in a new Cold War with the Chinese government, and the Chinese government is trying to surpass us as a global superpower, and I think we have, in essence, 10 years to get our act together. So if we continue to contribute to this trust deficit, then we're not going to be able to do the things necessary in order to win this new Cold War and ensure that America stays the global superpower for the rest of the century.